Yeah, so Hot Rod's gonna be over here on the 20th. When are you gonna be at Finnegan's? The 21st. You guys wanna see him in an Irish bar? Very good and stuff.
That's a different act with the band.
Where's Rob? What is this? Are we gonna play bingo? What is this stuff? It's gotta look classy, you know what I'm saying? So guys, get a load of this. Did you know that they got a BJ's Wholesale Club right across the street? It's like a small BJ's. Look, you're not gonna believe this. True story, true story. I worked for BJ's Wholesale Club a few times, maybe 20, 25 years ago. My job was, now I sound better. Okay. So my job was, before they opened up the BJ's Wholesale Club, I had to go around to different businesses and sign them up for membership. And I did this like 6 months before a club would open up. So I've opened up stores here in Commercial Boulevard. I opened up, I think in Coral Springs. I opened up, there's one store, I did it out of town too. I did it in New Jersey and North Carolina. I was one of the top sales reps, and they used to have me go around selling memberships. But the most unbelievable one, true story, is I opened up their store over in Homestead. And I was making more sales than everybody else. I was so good that they gave me all the keys. I went to all the keys businesses to get them signed up for BJ's. The worst experience I had was in Key West. You ever been to Key West? This is a true story. They made me walk around the streets with a BJ's button that says, "Ask me about BJ's." And I swear to God, it's a true story. I was getting a lot of dates and stuff, but that was a true story.
Yeah, great place to walk, Key West.
Yes. What else was I going to talk about? My radio show. You know, I always tell the same jokes here and stuff, but people ask me about my radio show. I am now doing my radio show. This is my 30th year. 30th year doing radio. And on a Haitian station yet. So I figured I'd tell you some of the stories that I did. I once went to a nudist camp. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Sunpost or something over in Waxahachie. Did you ever hear of that? Yeah, they got a nudist camp there. So I go there and I'm doing a live remote. And they said I couldn't do anything unless I took at least my shirt off because everybody thought the comfort balls were closed. So at that time, I was doing a remote there, and my co-host was a guy, and he took his shirt off. He was wearing a nipple ring. A nipple ring. I said on the air, I said, "Boy, your worst nightmare must be standing next to a kid's merry-go-round." Remember those days? True story, true story. Then one time I did a remote. I was wearing a tuxedo because I had to go to a party at night. And so I told my co-host, "Take over the show. I'm going to go on the corner because all these homeless people are making money." It's true. They had 3 homeless people on the corner where the studio was. And I decided to take the 4th corner. So I take my phone. I'm wearing a tuxedo, and I'm trying to make money, so I got this cardboard thing, and it said, you know what it said on it? What? "Nice Jewish boy needs money for circumcision." True story, true story. I had this one lady, she's a black lady, she gave me like $1 bill or something at the corner, and then before the light could change, she goes, "Let me have that $1 bill back." I says, "What's the problem?" She goes, "I saw the word Jews. I thought you were Jews for Jesus." True story. But my best thing, this is actually really happening. You're not going to believe this. Anybody ever hear Trapeze, the swingers club?
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, hell yeah.
Have you been there, Perry?
Yeah.
Okay, so
27th Street.
yes. So I don't know if you remember, but years ago, Vic Navarro was the sheriff in Broward County.
Yeah.
And he busted the place. He did. And I thought it was so great. I wanted to interview the lady, Bill Bonds lady, who got the people off. There were school teachers, there were policemen and everything that they were trying, that they arrested for having sex in the place. So I told the Bill Bonds lady, I'd like to go down there. And she took me there as a date. Yeah, it was so cool. We did hear this shit. So everybody's having sex and stuff. And we're watching other people have sex, and she's really getting turned on, you know?
You too?
I'm kissing her, I'm fondling her, I'm doing everything to her. So she goes, Steve, I want you inside. I go, are you sure? She goes, now! I left the room, I never came back. Yeah. You get into it? The inside, what the inside. I mean, sure, not to laugh during the show. Thank you very much. Yeah, we got a good show here. I figured I'd do something different. Where's Ellen? Ellen, is the show a little different? Yeah, because you purposely come late so you don't have to listen to me. You know how many women come late with me because they don't listen to me?
Brand new jokes now.
Got brand new jokes. I don't know if you heard this one.
Black
But,
label
my next door neighbor called me up on the phone and he said, Steve, I found your dog is loose in my yard again. I go, I don't have a dog, that's my wife.
Oh, that's rough one.
Like,
How you been?
Your wife, I like that one.
You had a
I
good week?
forgot what my other new joke was. All right, listen. We got to do a lot of praying. I know we got to do a lot of praying to get through this stuff. So I'm bringing up, you're not going to believe this, I'm bringing up my rabbi. Anybody here a rabbi comedian? Oh, you're going to love this one. I got to tell you a story first, what happened the other day. He was here 2 weeks ago, and he was in a men's room with two other people. One was a priest and one was a reverend. And they're taking a leak, and he said, let's play the lottery. He said, well, what number should we play? He said, let's play the sizes of our dicks. So the priest pulls his pants down, 6 number. Reverend pulls his pants down, 12's the number. Rabbi here pulls down his pants, 1's the number. Unbelievable. 6, 12, 1 comes in. Next day. We're so loud. 6, 12, 1 comes in the next day. And then win the lottery. So the priest goes, wow, if it wasn't for my 6 inches, you would have lost. Reverend goes, hey man, what are you talking about? If it wasn't for my 12 inches, you would have lost. The rabbi goes, you're both out of your friggin' mind. If I didn't have a heart on, we'd all be out of the money. So let's give him a big hand. We're going to get something big to the rabbi. Rabbi Malik. I'll get you up, and then you can get me off.
Oh, no. It's pouring out there. Cats and dogs getting it. I came all the way out of tour. And this is what happens when you go to Cowboy
Guys, listen, we're not going to continue the show unless you give the guy a little respect. Nobody can hear the jokes and stuff, you know. If you want to talk, do it outside and talk low, but please don't talk louder than the comedians. I appreciate it. Thank you.
None of these things are happening. Thank you so much, Stephen.
What do we miss?
I just told myself a better joke than I thought of. It was really good. So we're going to do a little singing tonight. Remember my Ding-a-ling?
Yeah, talk to the microphone.
my dingling. But tonight we're gonna do a little karaoke for the whole bouncy ball crowd here. And you're gonna sing after me. When I was young.
When I was.
Everybody, come on. When, try it again, let's try it again. Make believe we rehearsed it. When I was young.
When I was young.
And in my teens. I met a girl.
I met a girl
From New Orleans.
from New Orleans.
She said she had.
She said she had
Oh, something new.
something new.
She said it was called
She said it was
a ring dang do.
a ring dang
A ring dang do.
a ring dang.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, what is that?
It's something soft,
It's something soft
like a pussy cat.
like a pussy cat. Very good, very good, very good.
Thank you for doing that for me. Because I like to center the spotlight over here with the light shining on and off. You know, it's not a halo. Anyway. So down in Old Mexico, Cisco says to Pedro, hey, what you got in your hand? He's walking around with his hand cuffed like this. And Cisco says to Pedro, hey, Pedro, what you got, man? He says, I got a butterfly. What you gonna do with a butterfly? I'm gonna get me some butter. You don't have the Mexican, you can't get no butter from a butterfly. Just you wait and see. He comes back an hour later, he's pushing a whole cart of butter. The next day, Pedro's coming by with his hands closed again. He says, hey, what you got in your hand? He says, horsefly. What you gonna do with a horsefly? I'm gonna get me some horses. You dumb Mexican, you can't get. Comes back an hour later, he's riding a horse, and he's got a whole herd of horses right behind him. The next day, Pedro's walking down the street with his hands closed. Cisco says to Pedro, hey Pedro, what you got in your hand? He says, pussy willow. Hey Pedro, wait for me. You have to be. Speaking of cigarettes, did you know that 90% of the men that have tried Camels have gone back to women? The other 10% were people who like Camels. That was political. So, what can I tell you? So there were these two Hasidim from the Diamond District on 47th Street and 5th Avenue and 6th Avenue. And they were diamond dealers, and they wanted to buy their diamonds wholesale. They said, let's go to Johannesburg. We'll be able to go to the diamond mines in South Africa. We'll hire a guide, and we'll rent the Land Rover. So they do that. They go to Johannesburg, and they hire a guide, and they rent the Land Rover, and there they are on the way to the diamond mines in the middle of the jungle. In the middle of the jungle, all of a sudden, the Land Rover comes to a halt. The driver gets out, pulls a gun, and he takes these two Hasidim from 47th Street, and he says to them, get naked. And they get naked, he takes their luggage, takes their money, takes the car, and leaves them in the middle of the jungle. A tribe of cannibals comes and captures them. All of a sudden, now they're in the cauldron, up to their neck in water. The water's starting to boil. The flame is going. The natives are restless. They are so happy they got these two fat Americans to eat them. Well, the water's starting to get warmer, and one of them starts laughing hysterically. He cannot stop laughing. He says, Yanko, what's the matter with you? We're going to be dead in a few minutes. He says, I just shit in their soup. I know, you weren't there either. So this drunk walks up to a parking meter, puts a quarter in, and says, oh my gosh, I lost 100 pounds. But everybody's on a Ozempic. or some form of something, Botox, or I've never seen lips like coming out to you like, I don't know, for once, and swollen. It looks like, you know what it looks like. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, make it look like something else. Good stuff. You want to do another one? So in the forest, there was a donkey and a mouse. They were best friends. This donkey and mouse were great friends, and they were just forever friends. Best friends forever. One day the mouse gets stuck in a ditch. It's a slate wall ditch, and he keeps on trying to climb out of it, but he can't get out. And he's squealing, he's squealing, he's squealing. He's like, can't get out of here, can't get out of here. The donkey hears him, comes over, he says, what's the matter, what's the matter? He says, can't get out of here, don't worry. So the donkey straddles the ditch, lets his schlong down, the mouse climbs up his schlong, and he's out. 6 months later, the donkey gets stuck in the carpet. And he's hind legs are in there, and he's sitting, and he's praying, and he's praying, and he's praying. And the mouse hears him, runs over, says, what's the matter, what's the matter? He says, I can't get out of here. Don't worry, the mouse says. And the mouse runs home, gets into his Porsche, drives the Porsche to the carpet, he ties the chain to the bumper, lets it down, the donkey grabs the hold of the chain, and he drives the Porsche up, and donkey's out. You know what the moral of the story is? If you got a big schlong, you don't need a Porsche. So on top of this mountain, there was an old bull and a young bull. In the bottom of the valley, there were 400 cows. The young bull says, let's run down, and we can screw one of them. The old bull said, slow down, let's walk down, and we can screw them all. You shouldn't smoke a doobie before you come on stage. You know what I mean? This is feeling really good. A family divided cannot be ever united. You know who said that? Bruce Jenner. Anyway, we have a big show tonight. And Steve, who do we have coming up? By the way, just one more thing. This man has been promoting comedy for all his life. And here we are in the heart of South Florida's comedy district. Yeah, and I just want to thank you. And I'll be leaving at the end of this month to Israel. This is the 5th time I've been to Israel in the last 3 years. And just keep up the good work here, South Florida, or Florida in general. This is about the safest haven for Jews in the world. I'm serious. Anyway, God bless everybody.
Thank you very much. Give a big hand to the rabbi. What do you need? Your drink. Okay. There's no drink here. Trying to get a free drink out here. Oh, great place to put it. Rabbi, I gotta ask you something.
Can I say something? Yeah. I just want to say you shouldn't drink and drive because you might spill the drink.
It sounds good. But Rabbi, I gotta ask you a question. You know, I never asked my mother for my circumcision. Is there any way that I could get my foreskin back?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Someone will sell you there.
Somebody said, make sure it's a black guy because I don't want to
My Tyson's available.
Mike Tyson. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Give a big hand for the rabbi. Thank you. So tell me something. What did the black lesbian say to the white lesbian? You're the man. You don't like it, huh? I know it's good. I just forget my jokes. I have no idea. I had another great joke that I started using. I can't remember this shit. But that was Rabbi. Now we're in for another treat. I usually introduce Perry Sack here. And he's not doing any time tonight, but his father is That is the best applause I've ever heard in this place. Thank you. So, I'm not going to introduce Perry Sack's fathers by his name. Oh, we're going to call him the senior Sack. So the guy's respected. The guy is 90 years old, and he's one of the funniest comedians I've ever heard of. I think I did a show with him, introduced him like 20 years ago. No, it must be the same time as you, like 17 years ago. That I last seen him perform before last time. But guys, you're going to love this guy. Let's give a big welcome to Senior Sack. Give us a few hours. We'll work on that.
Where's the chair?
The chair behind.
Thank you, Steve. No, well, no, I'm just
Get off my skate.
I'm Willie.
Hi, Willie.
Thank you. I come from the Boston area. I've been driving back and forth to Florida for 25 years now. But when I'm up in Massachusetts, I like to do a little fishing sometime. I'm over in Gloucester, Massachusetts one day fishing, and I got tapped on the shoulder. This man with a brown suit, one of them big hats, and a badge, says, "Those 2 lobsters there are gonna cost you $500 each." I said, "Those are my pet lobsters," and I turn around and I start fishing again. Now he really gives me a show. He said, "Did you hear what I said?" I turned around and I said, "Listen, I just explained something to you. I don't want you bothering me." Pretty good, right? He backed off. He said, "What are you talking about, the pet lobsters?" I said, "These are my pet lobsters. When I go fishing, I take them with me. They like to swim around a little. I let them swim around for a while. As soon as I whistle, they come right back." This is why they're going to have to prove it to me. So we take the lobsters and put them in the water. A little while later, he says, "Go ahead, whistle, call the lobsters back." I said, "What lobsters?" I saved $1,000 that day. I was $500 fine. I don't know if I even put that in there. So, like I said, I drive back and forth to Florida. So I was headed to Florida one year. I'm in North Carolina. So I stop at this hotel. I go in, I ask the man, "How much is it for a room for the night?" He says, $99, but if you make your own bed, it's $70. Well, I'll make my own bed then. He says, "Hold on." He comes back, he gives me a hammer, nails, and some wood. So when I'm going to Florida, though, I just stay on 95. So I stopped at one of the rest areas to use the men's room. And a man in the next stall to me, he says, "How are you?" I just said, "Fine." He says, "What's going on?" "I'm just traveling." He said, "Would you like to get together later on?" I said, "Sure, why not?" He says, "Hey, listen, I gotta hang up. Some idiot in the next stall keeps answering everything I say." I remember the first time I saw my wife. She was sitting at the bar combing her hair. She had this beautiful blonde hair under her arms. And she was sitting there combing it. That always turned me on. So I go over, I sit next to her, start talking. We end up, we make a dinner date. Now we have like 3 or 4 dinner dates after that. We decide to go to a drive-in movie. So we're at the movie for a half an hour. No idea what's playing. We're just hugging and kissing. So I said to her, would you like to go in the back seat? She said, no, I want to sit up front here with you. So as time went by, we figured we'd start with the conversation turned into marriage. So we figured we'd ask each other different questions. So we were asking each other different questions. So then I said to her, well, how do you feel about sex? She says, sex, well, I like it infrequently. I said, is that one word or two? When I first got to Florida, I was spending time down my son's place. He had a beautiful house down there, and behind the house there was a nice lawn, beautiful grass everywhere, and plenty of trees around. But somebody planted fruit trees all around the farm. So I had this big bucket, and whenever I go down to the pond, I just relax, take it easy. When I was ready to come back, I'd fill the bucket with the fruit and bring it back. So one day I'm going down to the pond, I hear laughing and talking. So when I get to the pond, there's a half a dozen girls, skinny dipping. They look like they, just out of high school, first year of college. So now when they see me, they're back in the water. They go way back in the water, deeper. And one of them calls to me. He says, you know, you can stand there all day if you want, because if you think you are going to see us come out of this water naked, you are mistaken. So I said to the girl, you know, seeing you girls don't mean a damn thing to me. And I picked up my bucket. I said, I'm just here to feed the alligator. A friend of mine who was having, him and his uncle were supposed to get $400,000 in a will. And his uncle was a scammer. He knew how to pull stuff off. And he, for some reason, he delayed the will for a week. So the date changed, and when he did, he made his move, and he ended up getting the $400,000, and our friend got nothing. And this was a married guy with 3 kids, got no money, right? He was disgusted, so he was telling his friend the story. He said, my uncle's he's a no good son of a gun. He's done this to people his whole life. He's ripped off people. He says, I'm going to kill him. His friend says, no, if you ain't killing nobody, if you kill him, you're going to jail. He says, tomorrow, he said, go down to the coffee shop. Every morning, I used down at the coffee shop. If you give Adi $1, he'll do anything you tell him. I said, okay. So the next morning, goes down to the coffee shop, sees Adi. Adi, one of these big, strong guys, 260 pounds. But with the mentality of like a first grade. So he says to Adi, I'll give you $1 if you kill my uncle. Adi says, yeah, okay. So he shows him the house. Adi goes down the door and he unlocked. He walks in the house. The uncle's standing right there. Adi grabs him by the neck. He strangles him, picks him up in the air, throws him down on the floor. Now, the wife comes in. She's screaming and hollering. So Ida grabs her by the neck, strangles her, and throws her on the floor. So now the daughter comes in. She's hollering and screaming. So he grabs her by the neck, strangles her, and throws her on the floor. Now Ida looks around, says, I think I'll leave, and he goes out the front door. But the neighbors, they heard all the screaming and the hollering, and they had called the police. And when the police, and when the police got there, okay, all right. So now when the police got there, they looked and they saw what happened, and they arrested Adi. next day were artichokes, 3 for $1. Yeah, when I got out of high school, I had a whole bunch of jobs. None of them lasted over a week. I'd either get fired or I'd quit. But I had put this application into this place. I forgot all about it. And he called me to come down to check on the job. So I go down to check on the job, and he's got a paper there. And he's looking at the paper. He said, "It doesn't look like you did too good with any of these jobs that you had, huh?" I said, "No, they didn't work out." He said, "Well, what happened in this last place you worked, the pickle factory? It says you got fired from the pickle factory after 3 days." He says, "Yeah, well, they caught me sticking my dick in a pickle maker and they fired me." I said, "Oh." He said, "What happened to the pickle maker?" I said, "Well, they fired her too." Let me see where I'm going. Yeah. My neighbor, very nice woman. I was talking to her one day, and one of her friends comes walking by. And she introduces me to her friend. And then she says, "You know, I've got cooking on the stove. I gotta go back inside." So she goes back in the house. So now I'm standing there with a friend. So I ended up, I went into like a 10-minute conversation with her, and I didn't know what else to say. So I'm thinking to myself. So I just said to her, "Would you like to go out to dinner tonight?" She says, "Oh, that sounds nice." So we went out to dinner. Then after dinner, we ended up in her place, and we had drinks, and she put the music on, and we were dancing and romancing, and we ended up in the bedroom. And everything went good, I thought. But when we came out of the bedroom, she had this funny look on her face. She didn't look good at all. So I said to myself, "Don't be so damn critical. You know, she's probably got stuff on her mind." So I just said to her, "How about I give you a call next week?" And she said, "Yeah, okay." So next week I call her, we make a dinner date again, and everything went like the first week. We had the dinner date, everything was fine. Everything was fine there with the dinner date. And we ended up back in her place. We're having a drink, and we're dancing, and we're romancing, and we end up in the bedroom again. Now,
Go say something.
this time when she came out of the bedroom, she looked like a total disaster. She looked like she got hit by a hurricane. And I said, "Whoa, my goodness." I said, "What am I gonna do here? I don't know what to do with her." He says, "I gotta call somebody." I said, "Well, I'll call Steve Esco." Because, I mean, if anybody knows more about women's rejection in the bedroom, then it's Steve. Oh, all right. Yeah. Now, my son Perry, he calls me up and he tells me he was dating a twin. And I started laughing. And he said, "What is so funny about me dating a twin?" I said, "It's not you dating a twin I'm laughing about. It reminded me of years ago when I dated her. I had sex with her and with the twin too." I said, "Well, how could you tell the difference?" I said, "Well, her brother was bald and he had beard." I had a tough day the other day. I'm driving my car all along, and then I hear a siren and a flash is behind me, and a policeman pulled me over. And he comes over to the car. He says to me, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "I really don't know." He said, "Well, you went through the stop sign." I said, I slowed down, I looked both ways, and then I went. He said, "It's a stop sign." So I realized this guy's a hard ass guy, and there's no way I'm getting out of it. So I just let him know. I said, "You know, you shouldn't be a hard ass like that about something like that. What's the big difference between slowing down and stopping at a stop sign?" So I look at him, I think he got upset about We calling him a hot ass. He pulls his club up. He starts hitting me over the head with his club.
Shut up!
He says, now, do you want me to stop or do you want me to slow down? Okay, Steve. Okay.
You give a big hand for Willie Sack.
Willie!
How's the booze here? Is the booze good? Good. You know, I've been reading so much in the newspaper about how bad drinking is for you. I gave up reading. There was a commercial on TV last night. It said, do you drink a lot? Are you an alcoholic? If so, please call this number. I called up the number. It was Rob behind the bar. Thank you, buddy. I picked up a girl last week, took her to an adult video store. She goes to the guy behind the counter, excuse me, sir, where are the dildos? He goes, they're right up on the wall behind you. She looks behind. She goes, you know what? I'll have the red one. He goes, lady, that's the friggin' fire extinguisher. Try to do these fast. My girlfriend came home from work early the other night, called me in bed with a midget. She said, Steve, I thought you said you're going to stop cheating on me. I said, can't you see I'm cutting down? Ah! Then I saw this little midget in front of a convenience store crying. A little midget sitting in front of the convenience store crying. I said, what's the matter, little man? He goes, I'm not happy. I go, okay, which one are you? I go for a job interview with two of my friends. One of us got to get it. So my friend goes into the job interview, and the owner said, well, in order to get this job, you got to have a keen observation. What could you observe about me? He goes, you don't have any ears. The guy had no ears, so he threw him out. His second friend goes in. The guy goes, in order to get this job, you got to have keen observation. What could you observe about me? He goes, you don't have any ears. Throws him out. My friends come over to me. Steve, whatever you do, don't say anything about him not having any ears because he's very sensitive. I go, okay, I got it. I go in for the interview. The proprietor said, well, in order to get this job, you got to have a keen observation. What could you observe about me? I said, I'm looking at him like this, back and forth, back and forth. I said, you wear contacts. He goes, amazing. He goes, I never heard anybody say that. You're hired. He goes, how did you know that I wear contacts? I go, well, you can't wear any glasses. You don't have any friggin' ears.
Yeah, be there.
Donna, could you get me a stool? Do they have a stool here? Rob, you guys got a stool? I don't know. No, this is shit. I need a stool. My doctor wanted a stool sample. Forget it. Go to my podiatrist. I said, doctor, I can't walk. I hurt my legs. He goes, don't worry about it. Guarantee by the time you leave my office, you'll be walking home. The asshole was right. He stole my car. I got too much stuff going on. The next comedian I got here, I think you probably, I know you, are you doing about 17 years stand-up?
Sure, why not?
Huh?
Sure, why not?
I know you've been doing it for a long time. This guy's been around a long time. He's been making the circuits and people love him. Let's give a big hand for our feature, Brian Coronado.
Come on, goddammit, a little more, that's right. It's great to be here at Century Village. Holy shit, we doing bingo after this? Play pickleball? What the fuck? This is, I'm sorry, what's cursing? That's right, I can't curse. Oh my god, I broke the rule in 2 seconds, Barry. Rod Stewart in the house, awesome, I'd love to see you. Duck Dynasty over here, that's awesome. You sound like you're talking through a voice box, that's just your voice, it's so weird. I want him to heckle me, oh my god, I won't do this. I can't curse. Sorry, Hey guys, great to be here. He doesn't even hear me. Oh my God, how bad was the war, bro? Oh, that Navy ship just a lot. The YMCA. No, you're cool.
Hello.
Prison. You been both.
Hello.
Is that the birthday boy?
Hello.
I'll let you get away with that. I'll let you get away with that when you want to add some stuff. They're fine. They're nothing to me. God, what's your cat's name?
Quiet.
Your cat's name. What's your favorite cat's name? Oscar.
You.
Awesome. Loxy. Shut up! Guys,
Shut him up, or he has to leave.
I said if you love cats, you probably love bondage. Yes, there is. If you love cats, you love bondage. Guys, I read that study and I laughed so hard, I spit out my ball gag. All over Oscar. Awesome. I spoil my cat, you do too, right? I buy my cat toys, wet food, lingerie. The PetSmart collection, right? It's weird being a cat daddy. People judge you, right? This woman on Bumble said, hey, I thought you were gay. Did you have a cat? And I said, hey, I thought you were white trash because you have a ferret. Exactly. I'm killing this guy who hasn't turned the whole way back. He's watching the stage from there. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even know what's going on right now. It's fine. You and Duck Dynasty should hang out. Let's move it on. Guys, I'm not gay. Yeah, I noticed someone just lost a bet. What was it, 20, 40, 50? Yeah, I'll take an applause break. I'll take anything in this show right now. Guys, I'm not gay. My face just fits the glory hole. I knew I met Duck Dynasty somewhere. Someone called me effeminate last week. I got a dude effeminate? How can you say that at my book club? What was the subtext? All right, cool. We got those out of the way. We're good. All right, moving on. Married people. Listen to that enthusiasm. Let's go to the crabs shack and not laugh. All right, cool. Married people, you're weird. Okay? Who's married? This one? 35 years. Congratulations. Oh my God, you've been married longer than I've been alive. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Married people are weird. Last week I was walking through my neighborhood and I saw a guy on his roof. He was watering his roof. Can you picture this?
Yeah.
He's watering his roof. His wife is in the driveway screaming at him in Spanish. And I thought, oh my God, he's inventing chores to get away from his wife. That's all he's doing, bro. You know, honey, I'm gonna go water the roof. Next, I'm gonna mow the attic. You know, that pool needs an oil change, right? That pool every 3,000 laps needs an oil change. All right, cool.
Nope.
Nope.
Do that.
Yeah.
We're happy.
You're happy? That's great. You know what you do though? Married women do, what weird women do? You want a clean house, but you put clumps of hair on your shower. What is that? You can put in the trash, you can put clumps of hair in your shower. The first time I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, I married Chewbacca. Yeah, it's true, I know, I said it. It's true. I like tall girls, yay! I like girls that are 5'8", yeah, real tall girls, right? Yeah. Actually, I'm dating a girl, it's kind of weird. I'm 5'7", she's 5'11".
Wow.
Not even a joke, she's 5'11". And I hear comments sometimes, typically from guys on Duck Dynasty, and they'll say, we were out one night, this guy goes, oh, what are you, the jockey? I was like, yeah, but she rides me. It's a photo finish every time. I'm not used to these long legs, dude. She has these gorgeous long legs. My ex-girlfriend was a 4'11" goth girl with Harry Potter tattoos. Right, Perry? You know her. I was not used to long legs. She wraps them around me. If you were to walk in on us having sex, it looks like a spider devouring his prey. It looks weird, right? By the way, her name is Scarlet. That's the joke. Her name is Widow. She's black. It'd be nice if I remember my own jokes. That'd be fun. All right, let's do one line. I feel like I should do some movie Rodney Dangerfield jokes up here. That's all I've heard tonight. Boy, my family's stupid. During the Civil War, we fought for the West. That's a tried and true Rodney Dangerfield joke, and it got one applause break on that. You people disgust me. Disgust me. Let's do some one-liners. That's your attention span. Guys, I like getting drunk. Yay! You know you're an alcoholic when you're drinking at the airport and you don't have a plane to catch? But it's 8 a.m. somewhere, am I right? Give me some peanuts. Alcoholic dude. Last week I was looking at pictures of myself. Every picture I'm holding a drink. Pathetic. Every picture I'm holding a drink. Bars, clubs, my driver's license, my mugshot, my baby pictures. And my drinking was bad. How bad was it? Dude, one time I went to Party City thinking it was a club. Has no one else done that? No? I know it's 2 a.m., but I need a fog machine. Right, Doug Diet? I like him. You know what? Because he grew up drinking whiskey. He shot whiskey straight. Kids today drink seltzers. What is with kids drinking seltzers? What is this bull? I can't curse. Kids drink seltzers nowadays. Are you kidding me? How soft are you, bro? That means years from now, some kid's gonna be described as alcoholic father, like, oh man, you know my daddy was hell on wheels on White Claw. That man couldn't handle his grapefruit. Get mean on Tangerine and beat me with his purse. Ah! Harry had like 5 DUIs. Exactly. This man knows how to drink. You ever hit rock bottom? This is Florida. You hit rock bottom. Yeah. One time I got smashed drunk. I fell off a boat and I woke up different country. We'll do that one again. Smashed drunk, fell off a boat, woke up different country, and I was like, oh my gosh, Japan! Guys, I was not in Japan. I was at Epcot. Come on, small world, my ass. That's what I'm in. What does Epcot stand for, guys? Do you know? Every person comes out trash. Yeah. Let's dip my toe in the water. I wear a lot of black. I wear so much black, my clothes talk during movies. What? Black shirts matter is all I'm trying to say. All right, so I did the toe in the water and no one liked for that. All right, so we're moving on. What do I want to do? Let's say that. No, I can't do that one. Because I can't curse. I can't curse.
Say shit. How about getting guarded at Walmart?
You go, what? At Walmart?
Guarded me. Guarded me. I was like laughing. I'm like,
I don't know what the hell you said. All right. You were gardening at Walmart?
they guarded me.
Oh, you got carded at
I
Walmart.
ordered fucking thing yesterday.
Bro, you're like 70. Why'd they card you?
I'm like 66 years old today.
Right.
Today is my birthday.
They card people at Walmart?
Okay.
They have to card everybody sometimes. to make it
Good.
fair.
Good lord.
We're actually.
Okay, I'll just keep going. All
I mean,
right.
I shouldn't say it.
It's fine. Couples out there, yay! Guys, you ever slap a girl's ass so hard it upsets her dog? I know, that's rough. Come on!
Yes.
That's a good one.
That's the truth.
I know, that's why I said it. It's so funny, one time I had sex with this girl, by the way, I'm not gay, just moisturized, and it's called a callback if you're quick enough to get it. Having sex with this girl, she had 3 dogs on her bed. 3 dogs on her bed. And the next day, I posted about it on Facebook, and this guy goes, oh, you're talking about Beth? Yeah, I was talking about Beth. Is anyone here named Beth? Good, that's an ugly name. I feel like I'm barking up that name as I say it. It's disgusting. Okay, moving on. Guys, you ever sleep with a girl that's the same name as your mom? That's weird, right? Because halfway through sex, you're like, oh, mom. No Oedipus fans? No? I'm using Oedipus. I'm doing Greek mythology and a goddamn dive already. Guys, you ever sleep with a girl? You wake up and she's a different race? No? One time I slept with a beautiful Cuban girl, curly hair, and I woke up and she was Pakistani. And she goes, I have to go to work. My husband owns a 7-Eleven. Sometimes I'm visiting a DJ. Exactly. All right, moving on. Quick ones. Guys, I'm a Florida man. Florida, yay! I'm such a Florida man that if I had twins, I'm going to name them Morgan and Morgan. Doing it for the people. That's exactly what. I love Florida. Florida's the only place you've seen a Little League team. Yeah. Florida's the only place you've seen a Little League team. Yeah. Florida's the only place you've seen a Little League team sponsored by a rehab center. A rehab center. It'd be funnier if you'd interrupt me the first 2 times. Like, I know that's a Little League game, but I would pay to see that. I can't wait to see the Astros play the Miami Methadones. The Florida Fentanyls. The Narcons of Naples. We're not doing this? Alright. Naples hates that joke because all the grandkids in rehab. Florida man stories, that's my favorite. I saw a guy in Miami, ripped off an iguana's tail and he beat his kids with it. Yeah. Ripped off an iguana's tail, beat the shit out of his kids with it. And Florida's so messed up. You actually thought that was true.
I saw it when Florida and Darren
Exactly.
made,
Oh, it's the Q&A portion of the show. Okay. What did you have to say? What?
he made.
Come on, man, don't be close there.
I'm kidding. It's fine, bro. We're having a good time. Your son what?
He made baseball.
He made baseball?
Yeah.
He made baseball. He invented baseball? Oh, he's a Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like Chuck Norris.
You can ask him.
That's a smart joke. Really? No one got that? Come on.
I
Dude.
got
Your
it.
son got it. All right. So your son is a professional baseball player?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Awesome. Yay. Clap it up. He wants to know. I don't know anything about baseball. I play hockey.
Hockey.
I play ice hockey. I played college. I played in the World Championship. I got to sign autographs when I was 8 years old, right? Yeah, I did. Played in the World Championship. Guys, what's the difference between a hockey hit? What's the day? Got stats who sent me to Quebec. Yes. Guys, what's the difference between a hockey hit and a football hit? The difference between a hockey hit and a football hit, hockey players don't hit women. Oh, did I erase that punchline? I think I did, yeah. You didn't see it coming. Guys, if you don't laugh at that joke, I'm sorry to mess up your Chris Brown concert. My bad. I didn't know we were Team Brazy here. Team Brazy, okay. All right, so we got some fake. Rod Stewart, Duck Dynasty, you invented baseball. This has been great. I love it. A lot of New Yorkers in Florida. Exactly, the one time you're not obnoxious. Okay. I don't mind you people, I just like the ones that complain about Florida. Like a girl at my job's like, New York is so much better. I'm like, you know what? Move back to New York, all right? Move back to New York. You can wake up every morning and scrape ice off your car. I rather sit at the beach next to a serial killer. You shovel snow and I'll get drunk with Ted Bundy, am I right? Yeah. At least he gets chicks. Don't tell that joke in Tallahassee. The mayor yelled at me. There's a new serial killer in Florida. Did you know that? New serial killer in Florida. His name is Brightline. Brightline's killed 200 people since I wrote this. Hold on. 275 people since I wrote this show. It runs from Miami all the way to Orlando because even serial killers don't want to go to Jacksonville. Am I right? Yeah, Jacksonville sucks. Even hurricanes don't go to Jacksonville. No, it's true, Barry. It's true. Oh my God. So I'm a Florida man. I've never had a pub sub, right? That's weird. Yeah. I did that joke at the Dayton Beach Improv where people weren't paying attention, and this guy at the show screamed at my face. And he's like, "You're not a Florida man!" I said, "Dude, I am so much a Florida man. I lost my virginity to my teacher." Yeah. She got me drunk on an airboat. And then we went back to Epcot. Yay! Callbacks. What's Epcot stand for? Do you know? Epcot. Every person comes out trashed. Yay! We're learning things again. Do I have to do the couples jokes? We gotta do it. Married people. You know what I did? I made up a fake profile online so I could see what guys write to women. My name was Christina Corona, right? That was cute. I know, it's pretty cute. And men would send me dick pics. Men, you're disgusting. You don't send dick pics to women. Married women know this. You don't send dick pics to women. You know what you do, guys? You get a woman turned on, you do some chores. I got an applause break on that. Thank you, lady. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, take out the trash, mow the lawn, water the roof. Another call. That's 3 callbacks. You know why? Because women love chore play. Short play is good, right? Guys, get those forearms going. Get those forearms going. Guys, I'm saying, if you want to get her wet, you gotta sweat. You'll take her out, you'll clean some kraut, and she'll put out. You'll pull some weed, she'll swallow some seeds. That one's a mouthful. All right. I like doing dirty jokes. Enjoy your food, by the way. Older women, that's my jam. Guys, you think you want a 22-year-old stripper that works at Tootsie's with Harry Potter tattoos? You don't want that. No, you don't. You want a woman that can cook, you want a 401k, you want stability. 20-year-old women can't cook for shit, okay? 20-year-old women can't cook for shit. Bro, I didn't know grilled cheese had bones. Here's my new rule. You ready for this, guys? Older women, here's my new rule. I can only date a woman if she has a chair in her shower. That's a good one. Chair in her shower. I'm gonna plow her. That's how that goes. Chair in her shower. I'm gonna plow her. Guys, I don't flirt unless she has life order. You can't strip without a new hip. Can't get with me without AARP. Come on! These kill at Century Village. Yeah, we're getting out of here. Let me get out of here. I think that's about it. My name's Brian, by the way. Boring name. Hey! Thank you. But before I get out of here, name a cool Brian. Cool Brian. You can't. Brian Boitano, Brian Dennehy. That's it. The coolest Brians in the world. And my name's stupid, but at least my name's not like Caden, Aiden, Raiden, Jaden. What are these new names? What the hell are these names? Like, if I were born today, my name would be Braxlin. Why are we naming kids after pharmaceutical drugs? What? Anyways, I said that joke the other day, and a kid named Caden came up to me. He goes, "Bro, I don't like that. I don't like what you said. I think Brian's a stupid name." And you know what I did? I kicked him out of my book club. Yay! It's another callback. Give it up for your host one more time. Here, we'll see you guys. Yay!
Thank you very much. Let's give it up for Brian Coronado. Wow, that was even better than your last segment. So we're going to have to come back more often. Before I introduce the headliner, well, let me say next week we got William Rock the House Perry coming here. The best show you can ever find. And the week after that is Cena at the Comedy Man. We're going to be closing it down the comedy thing till September. I do want to make an acknowledgement. As a kid, my favorite comedian was Lenny Schultz. He was known as the Bionic Chicken. He was on Laughter with Robin Williams. He was the greatest entertainer in the Texas. I'm proud to present his son, Mark Schultz. Let's give Mark Schultz. He's a legendary comedian. Mark, that looks like
Hit me up and I'll send that to you.
Do I want that?
Okay, are you ready for your headline? This guy does Century Village, Kings Point, the Villages. He does plays, he wrote books.
This is
The
where.
last one is your mother's kosher, your father's, I don't know what the hell it is. He's written so many books, and he's done so many shows. He's going to be doing a show at the Lakewood Playhouse pretty soon. Let's give a warm and welcome hand to my buddy, Mr. Peter Fogel.
One more time for me. One more time for Brian Coronado. Wasn't that terrific?
Amazing.
Wow, this is so thrilling to be here. I got a 3 a.m. show at a Red Lobster that's still open in Coral Springs. This is the best I've ever done. Look at that. Look at me. This looks like I have shit going on in my life. I love coming to the Red Crab when it's monsoon season, like it's Vietnam outside. What you imagine? It's like a torrential downpour. I was at Home Depot. Rabbi, you like this? I saw Noah looking for 2x4s.
Oh, you ready?
I've been in this business 46 years, and this is the best gig I can get on a Tuesday night, 5 miles from my house. I've worked in such shows as Married with Children, Happily Ever After, and Behaving Badly. I've worked or appeared in over 22 television shows. In my career, I've shared the stage with Ray Romano, John Biner, Jon Stewart, John Davidson, all the major Johns in Hollywood. But to me, performing in the back room of a seafood restaurant that you cannot see from Atlantic Avenue, unless you're going into the ATM machine at the Fakakta Chase, it's a thrill to be here. I feel like one of the string quartet players on the Titanic. Keep playing. They won't even notice the water coming in. Okay. I'm very excited. had a great day. You know what happened today? I didn't tell all you people, but I became a father for the first time. I adopted a girl from the Ukraine. A 25-year-old fashion model. Because I'm a giver. That's why I'm a giver. Oh, we have so much fun all the time. We play Twister 3 or 4 hours a day. There's a whole new meaning to the phrase, who's your daddy? At least the rabbi's laughing, going to heaven half the way.
That is.
I wish you the best Shavuos you could ever have.
Amen.
Okay.
Test it. Go.
You gotta talk this way? Okay. Not like this, but like this. It's this holding the microphone that made Brian Coronado's career. I'm telling you, you get a guy this funny on a show with me, that's a coup. Obviously his car broke down, he's waiting for the AAA to get a jack. You think he'd be here under, Brian says, I'm under house arrest, I have to do this. It's a court-appointed comedy show, we have to do this. You do that or get points over a license. You know who friended me today on Facebook? Harrison Ford. The Harrison Ford friended me on Facebook, and the minute I friended him, he says he's stuck in Aruba, he lost his wallet, and I sell him $1,000. And I said, yeah, right, like I'm gonna fall for that scam for the 4th time. I once did, the original joke was Keith Richards. I did it in front of elderly people, they had no idea who Keith Richards was. Isn't that sad? I'd have to go, just change it to Mick Jagger. They really didn't know who Keith Richards? Who's that? Let me tell you something. You think you have a tough life? This is a true story. What was that? Oh, good. Thanks for waking up. Brian Coronado's my fluffer for the show today. 6 people know what I'm talking about. Okay. Who uses fluffer? I don't even think you use that in your show. No. There's no fluffer reference. No. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Where was I? Keith Richards. No, we went off Keith Richards. That's all.
You guys gotta be a weirdo.
Yes.
What?
You don't know who Keith Richards is. Come on, man.
No, some of my audience did not know who Keith Richards is. So I changed it to Harrison Ford for the people that are in their 80s in the back. You know what I say to you, Rabbi?
Yes.
Keep your day job.
Thank you. I do.
You do. You want to hear my rabbi joke?
Yes.
All right, this is for the rabbi. Spring Valley. You know what Spring Valley is? Muncie, New York. The rabbi of the congregation is called Temple B'nai, very ultra-reform temple. It's called Temple B'nai Goyim. Have you heard of this? He's given a Hawaii vacation by the congregation. He flies all the way to JFK, goes to JFK, flies to Hawaii, gets into the Honolulu Waikiki Hilton, goes upstairs into a hotel room, opens up the door, he walks in. There on the bed is a young girl, a prostitute, a call girl, a woman of the night. She goes, I'm a gift from the congregation. Well, the rabbi flips out. He picks up the phone. He doesn't use his cell. He's going to call the mainland and get the surcharge. He calls the head of the congregation. Morning, how can you do this to me? I am the spiritual advisor of this congregation. People look at me for guidance. I'll never talk to you ever again. Boom, hangs up the phone. The girl sees this. She grabs her clothes, starts running towards the door. The rabbi yells, gorgeous, where you going? I'm not mad at you.
You have to be there.
I didn't even have enough for a minion to get that laugh. That's how pathetic mine is. You think 10 people would have gotten less. See, the rabbi still wanted sex, but he had to...
You gotta explain it.
You gotta explain it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have I made bail? Is my attorney? Okay. Let me know. Am I getting points off my license? Look, I'm having a Regis Philbin impression. I'm doing impressions of people that are dead and had careers. I used to do clubs like this back in the 70s. They do this in the 80s, where they would be strip clubs and everything. You know, one of my favorite comics of the 70s and 60s was Woody Allen. Woody Allen. What did that passion I had last night? The scratching, the biting, the tearing. That was just me trying to open up the condom. People ask me, I buy condoms in bulk from China. 3,000 for $1. Unfortunately, you have to use it very quickly because when you open up, they're made out of rice paper. box of condoms came with a fortune. Mine said, "Rots a ruck." You know when I wrote that joke? 1978. Jimmy Carter was involved. That's when I wrote that joke. So here's another one. Here's another one. You know what's every white Jewish guy's dream? Is to make love to a beautiful black woman and have her say, "Ooh, you're hurting me." Really, I'm too big for you. She goes, "No, your elbows are my windpipe." Those are making losing star search. You know, this is an oldie, but a goodie. When a husband becomes a father and he's in the maternity ward, he hands out cigars. When's the only time a single guy can celebrate like that? Hey, my girlfriend got a period. It's not a boy. That joke's old. It works. It works. Rots a ruck. Come on, that's fine. Rots a ruck. 3,000 for $1. You gotta use them quickly because they're made out of rice paper. Perfect. Wrote that joke when inflation was like 15% high. Okay. Had a great day today. Not really, but it's my next joke. People ask me how my weekend. You know what my weekend was? I flew up I did my one-man show till death do us part, you first, in New York, in Port Washington. I fly up on Spirit Airlines Friday night. By Saturday morning, my friend calls me from LA at 6 a.m. "Hey, dude, your airline just went bankrupt." It was a shit. It was horrible. It was horrible. 100. Anyone else fly break your Spirit Airlines? Comedians are thinking, I gotta get rid of the material. I can't even do that shit anymore. Did anyone fly Spirit? Break your Spirit? Did you have air miles?
I have 226,000
Oh.
miles.
Yeah. No. I had 130,000, but you beat me.
Yes.
Wow. Didn't that really suck? That's the worst. 220,000 gone.
I know. I wish I gifted him a little bit.
Yeah, you know we'll get in bankruptcy court for the miles? A Kroger's gift card. That's what they're gonna give us. I feel terrible for you, but I was heartbroken. 130,000 air. I could have flown back and forth and been disappointed up and forth. We're not gonna get shit. You know, we're not gonna get money. Yeah, but I put roofs on my credit card to get air miles. Everything was terrible. Yeah, everything you did, you put it on the MasterCard, gone. So Rabbi, that's you nothing. That's it. Root canal, you put it on the credit. Oh, I'm getting air miles for a banana-looking plane air. I don't want to talk about this. Can you imagine? Actually, it's not as bad because imagine when I go do my one-man show, I fly in a day early. Because no one, when you're doing this as long as you do not fly in the day of the gig to do the gig in New York. Because man makes plans, God laughs. I go up Friday morning. I got a 7 o'clock flight. Can you imagine? Friday morning, I'm getting up 3 a.m. Do not go to the airport. We're closed. Get cock enough and yawned. I knew the rabbi was good. But I actually got up Friday. And then, you know what hooks me as rabbi? Hand to God. Spirit Airlines sent me an email the next day. Please take our survey. How was your flight? The outbound, outstanding. The return, so much. I did. They asked me for a survey. I go, man. Just terrible.
I flew them on Friday too, May 1st.
Oh, you did?
Vegas to LA. It was like the last day.
And then you went to Vegas or LA?
From Vegas to LA.
And then you found yourself in LA having to make another.
Well, luckily I had Frontier coming back. I was like,
All right. I had to go on Frontier. I don't get it. Spirit Airlines has been around for 33 years. You think they would have figured out what they were doing wrong? Frontier's, I don't understand how Frontier is the same model. That you want a headrest, you want a pillow, $5. I mean, what? I don't understand what they got wrong. I just don't. And Frontier, yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll get a Frontier credit card, put all my miles in that. What could possibly go wrong with that? Are you doing it? I don't know. Hey, good luck to all of us. And now back to our regularly scheduled show. We got rid of all the airline material, but I feel bad for you. Yes, you had twice as many as me practically. 130. I mean, it's like you lost. It's a death in the family. That's how Jews think of it. It's a death in the family. It's only airplanes. What?
Delta!
You know what Delta means? Don't even leave the airport. Okay. Cool. here's something to make, Rabbi, this is for you. This is for all the people. Now, you think you got a bad life? Let me tell you something. I have a friend in Long Island that I grew up with. His name is Jeffrey Epstein. And as you know, there are about 1,200 Jeffrey Epsteins on Long Island, correct, Rabbi? Most of them are CPAs, accountants, lawyers, bankruptcy. It's a very common name, Jeff. It's like John Smith. It's a very common name. And then this man, I love him dearly. Grew up with a guy. He just can't get a date. He goes out the woman for 6 months. She finally asks, "What's your last name?" He goes, "It's just Jeffrey." That's it, just Jeffrey. He goes to his attorney. He goes, "I want to change my last name." He goes, "What do you want to change it to?" He goes, "I don't care. Putin, Trump, Stalin, Hitler, anything but Epstein." So, he's a nice guy. Here comes the joke. Pay attention. He's a nice guy, but not the brightest bulb on the lamp. He decides to use his mother's maiden name as his legal last name and his middle name, because he doesn't want to be associated with a despicable, horrible person. So what did he change his name to? Harvey Weinstein. Some people say it's one of the perfect joke. Am I right, Brian? It's perfect. I got it all in there. I had a 2-for-1 sexual predator joke, right one. I mean, what comic will go, "Hey, I did a Jeffrey Epstein"? No, I did an Epstein and a Harvey Weinstein. Got them together. Didn't have to use Cosby. Got it right in there. Cough. All right. Where's my next gig? People are asking. No, here. My next gig is at the IHOP. I tell you, you gotta take it. You remember when you used to go to IHOP, you get the tutti fruit, fresher food, $7. You go to IHOP now, you gotta take a reverse mortgage to pay for their breakfast. $28? Oh, okay, that seems reasonable, right? Okay. You think I'm funny now? You should have seen me in the late '80s. I was really good. I had a career, a TV show. As long as I have my hair, that's it. You ever heard of Who's Who in America? Ever heard of that prestigious publication? I had a friend, and he goes, I got into Who's Who in America. I go, that's what a coincidence. I got into their sister publication called Who Cares? When you hear a joke that got me pissed off, and I'm going to do this joke. Here's a joke that got me banned from Winmore. Only in South Florida can you see the people. I do a lot of the senior communities, about 55 plus. I don't even like that because I'm a senior, but I'm 55 plus anyway. So people in the Northeast put their kids through college. They sacrifice. They move to Florida. They relocate to Florida. They move into minimum security prisons. Where else in South Florida can you drive up to a senior community and have a Haitian security guard ask you for your identification? You want to see my ID, Jean-Luc Baptiste Sinclair? Perhaps I'd like to see your identification, Jean-Luc Baptiste Sinclair. 9 minutes ago, you swam up to Riviera Beach, they hosed you down, gave you khakis and clipboard and animates. They said that you're in charge of all the security at the Venezians. You, Jean-Luc, are the first line of defense against Hamas. I can't do that.
Very good.
You know why it's funny? Because it's true.
Yeah.
The worst during COVID when they were wearing masks and they'd have to talk to you when their thick real had no idea what they're talking about. That's the worst thing. Like Israelis. I have an Israeli neighbor. You ever have somebody who has such a thick accent? You really know what they're saying, but you don't want to be rude. You go, "Yeah, tell me about it." "Oh, sure." Preach to the choir. I have no idea what he's saying. I have no idea what he's saying. I'm just yesing him. I have an Israeli neighbor that goes to me very deep, and I go, "What do you?" Okay, I have no idea. No idea what he's saying. I'll take a break. Take a French fry too. Does anyone have here comes a joke. Does anyone have a defibrillator? Not for me, it's for the rabbi. Yeah, right. When you go to work, you don't take a break? Hey, folks, I've been paid already. There's no incentive for me to go back on stage. I got paid in half. Last time I was here, you were in the same seats. This is like Deja Vu. You were here last time. And I did the same thing. And did you French fries last time? This is the worst groundhog movie I've ever been in. I'll come back here in 2 weeks, Brian Coronado will be the headliner, and I'll open for him. you got Brian Coronado. What would have happened? Did I do a favor? This guy's a great act.
I told you.
I didn't think he was that gay. He had a certain energy, but I didn't bring up to it. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Not that there's anything.
Oh, so many jokes, so little time. What else can I talk to? Yeah, everything down is pronouns. He, him, she, her, they, him. When I grew up in the 60s, we knew who we were. If someone yelled out, "Hey, moron!" 20 guys would turn around thinking you're talking to them. Because that's the way we talk. Your father would call you an idiot, a moron, and we accepted it. That was the language, right, Rabbi? You're a moron, you're a putz, you're a schmuck. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. You call a kid a moron today, forget it. They have Jacoby and Myers. Oh, that's an old reference. Jacoby and Myers on their speed dial. You gotta get, but all these he, him, she, her, they, him. They, what is it? They, them. Is that right? Right, they, them. That is, people that are they, them, they're non-binary, right, Brian? Right? Why you're the ground? I don't know why.
No, that's me.
The other one who has more feminine energy is Perry Satisfied. He doesn't even remember being here. Okay. No, he, him, so I say they, them, and I'm not trying to, live the life you live. That's the way you are. But they, them, part of me wants to say, the voices in my head, we think you're nuts. Well, Mr. Fogel, what do you identify as? You know what I identify as? As an angry Medicare recipient that has to pay 5 times a night. And sometimes I get out of bed. And with that, I'm taking some cold fries. You guys really said, you have this reserved as if someone's going to take your table. Like you paid extra, but look, it's reserved. Oh, it's reserved. This is VIP. It's very VIP.
Del Rey beef.
You don't mind, do you?
Feed this man. Manja.
Well, this is nice. Not overbearing, but not too sweet. Little fruity. What is this? It is a Chardonnay. It's very good. It's not very overbearing. It's not too fruity. I appreciate it. I'm talking to Rod Stewart. One day, all you people will see me on television and you'll say, "Oh, look! That's the guy from the Red Crab. Have we seen him before?" Look how old this bit is. I'm doing the knob and a TV set. And you all knew what I was doing. Get it up. I do that for kids. You did, right, Brian? What is he doing? What is that? Kids don't know what a knob was. We had knobs and TV sets. We had no remote control in the 60s. Remember? We had no remote control. Well, we did have a remote control in my house. It was my younger brother. I wanted to turn the channel. I kicked him in the ass and said, "Turn the channel." Because there was no knob store, remember? There was no knob store in the 60s. The knob got lost, or the numbers came off. You didn't even know what show you were watching. You could not call Zenith and go, "Please send me a knob." So what would your cheap-ass father do? Here comes the punchline, pay attention. This is all for the old people in the room. You put needle-nose pliers or a vice grip on the knob where it used to be. Because if you ever tried to change the knob, right? Turn the channel up the knob, you're bleeding and all your fingerprints have gone, because you couldn't do it. So you put the needle-nose plier. And you had the rabbit ears. Remember the rabbit ears at the television? My father would say, "All right, stand next to it, lift your leg, wrap your head in aluminum foil, and stand there while I watch the $1 Million Movie on Saturday night." Who remembers the $1 Million Movie? Ask your father, he remembers. Ask your father. Perry, ask your father. Remember?
Yo, Frank.
Okay. So I went to a comedy show and a seafood restaurant broke out. Look how happy Brian is.
That's a great joke.
Oh, yeah. Look how happy he is.
That's a great joke.
Look at that. Joy in his heart. Me and my bar mitzvah picture. And Radio Galaxy International, 98.3 FM. Isn't it the top Asian channel within 3 blocks from this channel? Because you're in the Haitian network, aren't you? Why don't you just tell the world? You pay to be on the Haitian. What?
The only white Jew.
You're the only white Jew. And I had no idea you were Jewish, but now I know you're white. Okay. Thank you. No, is that... Is this really mine? No, I don't want to take rods. Got a new one. I like
Do it.
this.
Do it pretty good.
So many jokes, so little time.
They're all over the place.
The more I drink, the more I'm anesthetized to be here. How are you folks in the back there? How you doing? I feel, you know, I'll tell you, I felt sorry for myself after that. Son of a, but now I don't feel as bad.
Thank you.
I feel even worse for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, weeks do. 2 weeks, this is what you do. If you can go back in time, here comes the joke. 2 weeks in time, you gift all your relatives. I'm giving you some air miles that'll be worthless in 98 hours. That's what you should have done. Can you imagine if you sent them and they start making flights and they go, what did you do? I go back, you know. That was a lot of air miles on that MasterCard.
Lots to leave behind, yes.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. I'm drinking heavily. I'm going into strange people's tables and taking their wine.
Frontier, my favorite airline.
Yeah, don't get too attached.
I
I just have this gut feel. Wait, Frontier is the same business model.
Exactly.
They're still flying. Spirit's done this for 33 years.
know.
Where's this going to lead?
Frontier is a lot longer than yours.
You know what?
Do you know, 2 weeks ago, I flew on Spirit,
Yeah.
and I almost became one.
Well, now it's a
See?
spirit.
I was doing really well. You became. Because Spirit was so. They nicknamed you so much. When we hit turbulence, the only way to get the oxygen mask to drop was to swipe my credit card. Jokes I can't use anymore. Jokes I can't use. I can't do these jokes. Welcome to Break Your Spirit Airline. And the CEO didn't even apologize to anybody. She said, we did the best we could. It was a pleasure flying. Yeah, what about all the idiots that stood by you and lost all the air miles? I don't know what they were doing.
The worst thing is going to the app and it's not there anymore. It's
Yeah, the app is gone. You can't even get in to see them. You can't. Can I get a screenshot of my
I took a screenshot before.
I didn't do, but it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, we want to blow it up, put it in a picture. And look at my air miles. That are completely. And he didn't apologize to anybody. Didn't say anything. Didn't care.
And now you look at the app and it says, don't come to the airport.
Don't go to the airport. Don't call us. We don't care.
It's like, there's no customer
And they
service.
sent me a freaking survey the next day. What'd you think about flight? Unbelievable.
Only 7 memories.
Yeah, that's the reason. Spirit Airlines. Unbelievable.
I used to live by Atlantic City Airport, so
Elizabeth Warren did that.
I used to live by Atlantic City Airport, so I flew out all the time.
Let me tell you, Spirit at AHC was great. You could do it in
Yes.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
I lived 5 hours from there. I used to live 5
Great airline. I heard from
It's great.
AC Airport, you can fly from Fort Lauderdale to get to AC Airport in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
That's right.
Very non-congested. You walk across the street, you get your rent car, you're out of there. Now it's just a memory. I'm going to Ron Stewart as Puka Beach. This is great. I haven't worn Puka Beach since '76. All right.
Years ago?
What?
Years ago.
No, Brian. Not hey, come on.
Peter, I'm killing over here.
The audience is doing better than me. In 3 weeks I'll be here. You folks will come back.
Peter, you get an award for the most creative joke, which was,
What?
I was in a comedy club at a seafood break. I mean, how many times?
No, but let me tell you something. I am in the business, if you call this business. I started this in '79, '78. I came up in the ranks with Bobby Collins. You know, we started out in Long Island. We played every place we could play. And I said to him, you know, no matter how big I get, no matter how much prestige, no matter how much low self-esteem I have,
The red crab.
I want to perform in the back room of a seafood restaurant under a net. This is like an episode of Deadly Catch After Hours, right? This is Deadly Catch After Hours with the seafood.
And they don't even put the net below you as a safety net.
No, I don't even have a safety net.
I could watch the storm right out there.
And it's a monsoon out there. This is how Gilligan's Island lasted. What is that? Is that real or that's no, that's not real. That's fake, but it looks real.
Tonight, I was
real.
in a sweater.
Everything was great till I came over. Monsoon, it's like Vietnam out there.
Ginger.
Reserve. Look at this, reserve. Taking big shots. Any questions so far? Part of the audience is very hip and listening. The other part of the audience reminds me of the office of my urologist. You go to the urologist, there's a little, I always take a video and I put it on Facebook. Every man, I'm a man of a certain age. And every man in that urologist's office is 20 years older than me. And they just sit there with that look of resignation. Just to wait for him to look at your blood work and say, you're doing good. And see, that's the difference between Jews and Italians, you see. Give you an example. I notice that when Jews and Italians get to a certain age, when they become elderly, you can't tell the difference between a Jew and an Italian, am I right?
Right.
It's the same one. I was before both Black Box. Randy had an Italian singer coming down for a 3 p.m. show on a Sunday. He made the mistake, you know how it is. He should have flown down Saturday. He said, I'll take a 5:40 a.m. flight on Sunday. Man makes plans, God laughs! The show is delayed, he can't get out. They kept changing the time of the show. Randy calls me and says, do 45 minutes stall till the guy gets over, fall over that and rushes up to the show. Italians are very tribal. They're very promoted, that they really stick by their act. So we had the band waiting in the room. So Randy, this is a true story, said, I'm going to serve a lot of wine and bagels. So the Italian, there was bagels, cream cheese, everyone's sitting down in the small room. I'd say, all right, where are the Jews, where are the Italians? Pay attention. The Italians, I knew immediately. They're drinking, they're partying, it's like a night at Columbus Hall. I look at the other table, one woman says, would it have killed him to give some lox too? And there are the Jews. Right? Am I right? You knew immediately where the Jews were and where the Italians were. The Italians want to do nothing but not go to the doctor. They do not want to go to they want to do everything they can. Jews, am I right, Rabbi? They plan their whole life around going to as many specialists as possible. In the 30s and 40s, there was Jewish mafia, along with the Italian mafia. But the Italian mafia had names that instilled fear into society and their opponents. Like Carmine, the Bone Crusher, Caputo. The Bone Crusher, that was his name. He'd kill you with his bare hands. I'm sorry, the Jewish mafia did not have names. We had Meyer Lansky. We had Chaim, lactose-intolerant burgers. Did not instill fear into anybody. So, hey, let me tell you something about Chaim. You don't want to push him off. He gets a hold of you, you're done. He will tie you to a chair and for the next 4 hours complain to you about his health. So much so you want to kill yourself. Jews, you say to an Italian, Carmine, your blood work is in normal range, keep doing what you're doing. Carmine leaves. You can't say that to a Jew. It's a different mindset, right? Morty, your blood work is in normal range, keep doing what you're doing. Well, is it high normal? Is it low normal? Is it in the middle? Am I in the red area? Maybe it's a false positive, a false negative. Should I get a second opinion, a third opinion? Maybe I should go see another specialist. And that's the way Jews think, right? They have to know the whole story. You can't just say, keep doing, no, I want to know. I want to live long enough so I can continue to shop at the boys' market. I want to live long enough so my kids do not get their inheritance. That's what they do.
This is the first time.
I got to laugh and take a break.
Can we get this
Then I
guy
got to
again?
get used to language. I'm going to pay for this. This will not be an easy morning for me.
Cold Drive.
My blood work came back. My doctor says you have the blood work and the heart rate of a 19-year-old black athlete. Unfortunately, that's where the similarity ends. You have the heart rate. Okay. I remember the good old days when you called the doctor's office, you could actually get the doctor's office. Now they round you to go by. May I help you? Well, let's make an appointment. Can't get them on the phone. Can't get anybody on the phone these days. Oh, look how time flies when you have no career. I'm telling you. This is the most funny
At the Red Crabs.
You think it's always the last week, but you're like a little nuclear roach. The show goes on. Every week I go, this has to be the last time. No, keeps going on. Keeps going on. This is the hottest place to be on Atlantic Avenue. You're on Publix. Oh, here's a funny joke. Someone says to me up in New York, they go, Peter, what is living in Florida like? I go, you know what living in Florida is like? Me standing at the public service counter in front of me is an 85-year-old man with Parkinson's buying 3 packs of Marlboro Red cigarettes, a box of condoms, and a lottery ticket. That's life in Florida. I'm looking at this guy. He's 3 packs of Marlboro Reds. He weighs 104 pounds. He's shaking. He got a box of condoms and a lottery ticket. Yeah. This is. We love Florida. We love Florida in season. We love when it's hot. We love when it's, every time around January there's a winter vortex up in the Northeast, we love it. Because we feel the people we can't stand are freezing their asses off. Let him dig himself out of his car. That's what he's saying. Okay. Now it's Florida, it's getting hot and muggy. Listen, look at the bright side. You all could be on a cruise ship getting that Havana virus, whatever the fuck that is. Imagine you somehow get the last flight out of Spirit to the cruise ship, then you get the virus. I mean, think about it. You know, I've done pretty well. I just lost time, the air miles, when I'm not on a cruise ship, and I have no way to get back. You're on a cruise ship, now you're struggling to figure out how to get the hell, once the cruise ship lands, how are you getting out of there? And did you notice that he didn't say anything to anybody? He just said, we're closed for repairs. I'm telling you, it was horrible. And your app is worthless, okay. I'm going to put Frontier Airlines, watch this, Frontier Airlines on my app, on my phone, okay, let's see how long this lasts.
Spirit's like, don't come to the airport, there's no one there to help you.
Yeah, don't call us, don't go to the airport, ta-ta. You all know what we're talking about, this is, she and I know. This
Yes.
Can I just see what my air miles look like? No, they blocked you. Motherfuckers, yeah, that's right. They blocked you from getting, you can't even see your air miles. But we're going to go to bankruptcy court, you and I, and go, we represent, yeah, they don't say anything, thank you for all you people. He could have said, thank you for all you people supporting us, and goodbye.
They could have said that.
They could have said it. He said nothing to us, didn't care, didn't offer, nothing. And that's why we need laughter. We need to laugh at these guys. Look, I laughed at Perry Sack when he came in. I laughed at least about Perry. Let me tell you something. Perry Sack, besides being one of the finest comedians within his price range. This is no joke. He does plantation shutters and laminate, and he's done all my homes. I have 2 homes now. That's how well I'm doing.
That's right.
I am sure he's done. If you ever need any laminate, I'm telling you, he's the guy.
Well, fire.
Okay. Is my debt paid? Am I good now?
Yeah, you don't have to pay about it.
Okay. I've done the street. Every show I do this, so he's just no, but he does great work. He's an honest man. You heard of the middleman? He eliminates the middleman. There is no middleman. There's no. He works out of his van. He works out of his van by the river. That's an L now. No, that's it. Are we good? Can I get out of here now?
Yeah. Just like Rod Stewart's gonna be on my radio show.
Oh, Rod Stewart, you're going to be in the Haitian show with him.
Yes, on Saturday morning.
What chain letter did you rip up? Was this a choice? No, he's really good. I mean, and no one does placemats like you at Diners. He's the best placemat. I've had people call me for gigs.
He's on it too.
You're on it too, yeah. All right, this was funny, that was funny. What else? Everything else? I had so many other jokes to do. So I'm moving, I just bought another home. I'm moving into Floral Lakes, right next door.
Kings Point.
No, Kings Point. Oh, Kings Point, the meth capital of the world. Whenever there's a murder, you just go, oh, Kings Point. Whenever a tornado hits, Kings Point. Am I right? Everything happens at Kings Point. It's like, it used to be a very, I haven't performed 15 years there. That was the last of the greatest generation. They're all dead now. Now they just have people that, you know. This is more exciting than performing at, you know. Kings Point Tamarack, not Kings Point Willamette. Was she there?
Yeah.
Did she see my show? Wasn't I wonderful?
I never told her.
Never talked to her. Okay. Brian, You miss nothing.
Sorry.
You miss nothing. No, it's a pleasure to be with good comedians. I mean, you know, and we have the rabbi who's not second guessing his calling in life.
Jesus Christ.
I can tell you about a story about Steve Solomon. Steve Solomon sent in a phony, you know who Steve Solomon is? For my mother's Italian, my father's Jewish, I do therapy. He sent in a phony cantorial, and he has a good voice, and he sent it in, and they wanted to hire him as the cantor. But no, it was a gag. I didn't really think it. You got to give it to me. He has to tell you that story. Because he's a wonderful singing voice. And he did it as a gag, and they said, we'd like to interview you as the cantorial candidate. I thought it was hysterical. Because you don't understand, I was just a gag.
A bit.
That's what we do. We go to temple, we go to synagogue. Oh, here's my other Jewish story. Jews are the only people that when they die and donate money, am I right, Rabbi? They must let the other Jews know how much money they donated, or that they donated at all. There's nothing anonymous about a Jew donating anything. You go to any JCC, any synagogue, goes, Herb and Florence Rosenbaum Memorial Staircase. Leon and Sheila Rabinowitz Memorial Roundabout. They're the only people that do that. You will never see any other culture. You will never see Islamic people going, this suicide belt donated by Ahmed Ramadan. You'll never see that. Only Jews have to let everyone know, donated. Am I right, Rabbi? Donated, no. Nothing anonymous. We donated, I want Sheila to know every time she walks into the shul that prayer book in memory of, I have to let everyone know. Any questions before I get career counseling?
What happened when you were handing the guy a dollar in Boca, the homeless guy?
The what?
When you were handing the homeless guy a dollar in Boca?
You gave a homeless guy a dollar.
I gave a homeless guy. Is it?
Handing a homeless guy a dollar in Boca!
Oh, no. It was oh, yeah. I'm giving a homeless guy money and his cell phone goes off. He goes, excuse me. Yeah, hi. I can't talk now, I'm with a client. I have 40,000 people on TikTok following me. Yeah. True story. He had a cell phone go off. I can't talk now. Okay. I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts in 5 minutes. I'll call you after. Well, you've been the best audience we have here tonight. Any questions? For the last minute, getting an audience here. No, we need to support live comedy off Atlantic Avenue. I'll be doing a 1 a.m. show at Polo Tropical. If anybody has a coupon, it'll be between you and me. I'll just take a coupon.
Polo, yeah.
And please follow me on Facebook, and I'm doing my show. I'm doing my show Till Death Do Us Part, You First. It's an award-winning show directed by Academy Award nominee Chaz Palminteri. You know Chaz Palminteri?
Oh, yeah, I know.
He's my director. He's now doing his show. He sold out the West End with his original one-man show in 48 hours. He sold out Portugal, sold out all his shows when he does one-man show. And me, I'm in a seafood restaurant begging people to see me in Stewart. So I'll be doing my show June 12th and 13th at the ACT Studio Theater if you really want to see a great show. And Chaz is in the show as a voiceover. I couldn't afford to fly in to do it. So if you want to see me, if you want to see the show, TillDeathTickets.com. Remember that, TillDeathTickets.com. You can get tickets there to see my show. Okay? I want to thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me on Facebook.
Hold on, we're going to take pictures. Willie, come here fast. Brian.
I'm going to get off stage. I want to sit in Brian Cardano's lap. I lost the bet. I want to sit in Brian Cardano's. This is like
Brian, you're on
This
the
is
line.
like. You know, here's the joke. You ready? This is the lineup for The Usual Suspects.
Where are we looking here?
Come here, move over to this one.
Get closer.
Willie, move over. Close.
Everyone move in.
Come a little bit slower.
Appreciate you.
Come a little bit closer. See you, Mike. I think I got a good one.
so when police call, we have evidence. Where were you last night?
Guys, I just want to tell you, we've done a lot of, guys, we've done a lot of shows here.
This
By
is one of
far, this is the funniest show. You guys are great. You guys are great. Thank you very much. Each one and every one of you.
I have a question. Oh, were you really a hockey player? Yes. I used to played college. I used to be John Twitchell.
I'm shutting that off.
Yeah, he's from North Carolina, but he was the interim coach. But I
Anyway, I have a